Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, today is Thursday, February 20th, 2025. This is the day that made me 5 years in investing in dividends, period. Okay? So today is my 5 year anniversary investing in dividend. Now, not until recently, I was hoping, I was like, by the time I hit this day, I should be at 500K in income, but that didn't happen so far. Now, we still have some time uh, before the market close. I thought I turned it off. Before the market close, right? So my time said 4:38. Of course, I'm an hour ahead, so I still have some time uh, to spend a few dollars. Maybe that would get me over the hump, right? To get to that 500,000 in income mark in 5 years. I mean, anything is possible, right? But that would be something amazing if that were to happen. Guys, on here we talk about dividend investing, right? And I share my portfolio with you guys all the time, okay? And this is not financial advice. So, whatever content you see me sharing my portfolio, that's not financial advice. I can stop you from using it, but just remember, like I said, it is not financial advice, and you do it at your own free risk. Okay, free will, free risk, or whatever you want to call it. All right, guys. So let's get down to business, right? Because, like I say, in the 5 years that I've been investing, I have learned a lot of things, right? And also, I learned that not to take things to heart, especially when it comes to dividend investing, right? Not only that, especially when we are investing in high yield dividends, because this stuff change a lot, right? It's kind of like the weather in Atlanta. 1 minute is hot, 1 minute is cold. It's kind of like that. I could use the women analogy, but of course, I'm not trying to make the ladies mad at me. We're just going to stick to the weather. Hopefully the weather be nice to me when I'm going back home, right? With all these planes falling from the sky. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. We cannot control that. We just say our prayers when we get on, and then when we get there, we say our prayers when we get off. Okay, guys? So we have over 255 videos, and 250 of those videos are mostly about dividend investing. So you have plenty of content here, uh, hours and hours of content that you can go and watch and learn how to grow your portfolio and see if you're a high yield dividend investor, you can learn. If you're not a high yield dividend investor, you can still learn because we talk about investing in dividend kings and dividend aristocrats. I talk about those guys all of the time, right? Those like my go-to things to talk about, especially for new coming investors that don't know the level of risk they want to go to. Okay, guys. Now you see the market, right? Today, like I said, we still got about 20 some more minutes for the market close, right? Um, and Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, right? J&J, CVX, name a few companies out there that are doing good today, right? But we're not gonna sit here and complain about that, right? We're gonna go into look at some dividends, not dividends, some crypto, right? Before we go into the rest of the portfolio. Okay, so if you are investing in crypto right now, I do have three crypto portfolio, well, four right now, and I'm trying to switch it up to three sooner than later, but I'm waiting for my portfolio in my positions in Robinhood to get to where I'm not losing any money before I can sell and move that money to the actual portfolio. It's not a lot, it's like 4K. But with the losses, right, it could be like close to 7 or 8K. But with the losses, of course, we're down to about 4K if I was to sell today. That's what those cryptos would generate. You see Bitcoin is up, right? Almost going back to 100. Uh, Ethereum is at 2,700. You know, I thought at one point it was gonna go past the 5,000 mark, especially when Bitcoin was shooting up, but it never did. You know, it's kind of stagnant, but you know, it's crypto, guys. It is what it is. Okay. Now this stuff right here, you see, Ethereum 1%, Bitcoin 2.3%, ARP 1%, Solano 3.6%. I'm waiting for Solana to go a little bit higher because I got a Solana position that I need to sell in Robinhood. And I think it would be a good thing to sell that because, like I said, I don't want to keep all these different positions in different places, right? I'm trying to just bring it down to a few places. All right, guys. So in this portfolio, right? This portfolio, let me go back over here. Let me see if I show that. Right? You see this right here? It's been a long time, right? Since I first started. This was the first portfolio that I opened, account that I opened as a dividend investor. And for that reason, I kept this for a while. But like I told you guys, eventually I'm going to sell everything in this portfolio. And I almost did that yesterday, but it was good I didn't because then I probably would have some losses. Not a lot, but it would have some losses in the portfolio because market was kind of bad this morning. But rather the only thing that's kind of bad in here is Wabit. Everything else looks good, which is kind of surprising, right? Everything else in the portfolio looks good. But I want to sell when the portfolio, that's a week that the portfolio, everything is doing good. It's doing great. I want to sell that so I can transfer that $500+ into my Charles Schwab account. You know, that's the plan, okay, to be able to sell and transfer the money into my Charles Schwab account. So, I mean, what we bought the last time was like $12 and some change. We got $1 or something left over. Technically, I can buy something with $1 or something, right? Let's see if we can do that, right? We can say buy, and then we got $1.44. So $1.44. Because I believe you can buy in here anything over $1, I think, or is it $10? Yeah. Okay. So we place our order to buy whatever. So it will buy whatever is lowest because all of the positions in the portfolio have the same weight. So it will buy whatever is less weighted in the portfolio. Okay, guys. So let's get over here. As you can see, we got about $10,000 overall in these accounts now. My baby girl account here, like I said, when I get back to the U.S., we're gonna close this account and have the fund transfer over to her Fidelity account and get rid of that. Because I say I got a $16 in here that's not been put to use because I can't do fractional share, which just sucks. Okay. Also, I need to close this account. I have to call them to close this account because it doesn't give me the option to do it myself. So I got to close that account. And this is just my regular checking account where my card note come out of this, right? So that's it. All right, so let's go in here. So I did buy. So I told you guys I transferred some money that came from a Fidelity account in here, about $1,000. I spent some of that money already. I bought some positions in MARO. I got some shares for that. Now this pays next week, but I didn't want to wait till next week to use the money. And then I do have some other stuff that is pending. So you see, I still have like $390 in here that is pending to buy some other positions. Okay. Now, like I said, the harder part about investing in Charles Schwab is that you don't have the options. If it is, I don't know how to do it. I haven't seen it, or I might be missing something. But I don't see where I can do fractional share. And for me, especially for a small investor like myself, right? This account is a small account, right? It's really $10,000 in this account, almost there with about $300+ away from 10 grand. I mean, $700, $700+ away from 10 grand. Um, and I mean, it's a work in progress, right? I believe by the end of the month, we should be there. We have a few dollars coming into the portfolio Friday, and then the next week we got a few more dollars coming into the portfolio. So if that does not get us to 10,000, then I will have to deposit some more cash in there between the next 2 weeks, so we can buy more positions, right? That's pretty much it. So let's get out to Boys in the Hood. Now, as you guys can see, things was kind of creeping along pretty much till the market opened, right there. And it kind of went up a little bit and then it took a dump down and it been kind of gradually working its way back up. But right now, we are down $1,000+. On the top of my head, I estimated we're going to get about $1,000+ into the account come Friday. So, I mean Friday, Friday night. So that should cover whatever margins is there. The deficit, right? Plus, the reason why I always do this because, like I say, I'm trying to grow the account, and the only way I can grow the account is to buy more positions and increase the income. Um, and that's what we're going to continue to do until I feel that we are where we need to be, and then we're going to start working back, paying back the dividends. I already showed you guys what I did the last time to make those changes to limit the amount of margins that I get, and then after that, everything else come in is automatically paid down with the margin. So once I pay that in margins, I can change the amount of margin, the amount that I borrow. I can continue to change the amount that I borrow, and it's just going to continue to drop until we don't need that money anymore, right? And the portfolio right now is paying almost $10,000 a month, and that's estimated. But even if it's paying $8,000 or $7,000 a month, we can pay off this within a year, right? It's like $70,000. We can pay this off within a year. And of course, my baby got $5,000 student loan. And I talked to her. She said, well, they're going to apply it to whatever my balance is this semester, or they can spread it out. But I mean, how they going to spread it out, right? This is for this year, school year, from last year to this year. She didn't do the thing last year, right? So if she got that $5,000 for this semester, right, that's $12,000+ I have to pay. Now I only have to pay 7,000 something, right, for this semester, and that's not including her, her regular cash and all the other stuff she needs, as in somebody in university, right? So, and I was telling you guys, so what I decided to do was I told her that, like, well, I'm going to continue to give you your allowance, but we need to build you your own allowance account, right? So based on my charge swap account, right, if I can get $10,000 into an account for her, and she can reinvest some of the money and pull out 10 grand, and not 10 grand, but pull out, $300-$400 a month. She live on the dorms, she eat on the dorms. Every night that she go out, she got a credit card. She can put gas in the car. So everything that she got that I can track, I try to track. I know what she's spending and what she's spending her money on. So this cash would be kind of cash that we really can't track that well. But the thing will be for her to transfer that, because she don't have a Robinhood credit card, so she will have to transfer that back to her bank account, and I can see how she's spending the money. I didn't know what she's putting her money into. That way, when we have a conversation, I'll be like, hey, why are you buying too much of this or spending too much of this? But anyway, that's the goal. So I need to create, she already got the account, and we're going to make that account her spending account. So now I got an incentive to increase money into that account to get it to 10 grand. And then we're not going to have a lot of positions in that account, right? Account primarily going to be maybe I think she got about 12 positions in there right now. And we might tweak it some more. Have maybe eight to 10 extreme high yield, and then maybe another, I say 8 to 10, right? And another maybe another 8 to 10 like lower yield, right? That's not gonna get real crazy like the JEP, JEPQ, ANG, Mean Capital, stuff like that. I know Mean Capital is just the prices kind of went up like crazy, right? Um, but some of those positions would be like her primary positions, and then with the extreme high yield, kind of limit those positions so we can put more money into things faster. It's not spread all over the place, right? Like Misty, Coney, maybe Alti, NVD, MARO, like the one I just got, um, and Tesla, maybe another one, but kind of spread those out to where not a lot. If there's 4 weeks, so maybe we'll get two positions for each week, and that should be that. Okay, guys, look, I'm excited about my portfolio, and I'm always am excited about my portfolio. And you know what? We about to get to 1,000 shares in Coney, and after Coney, we'll get paid this week, depending on what's left. We're gonna throw some money into Coney. Now, once we get paid, when the margins is covered, I might have to pull some money from the Fidelity account, right? Because we need to buy some shares to get Coney to 1,000 positions. So next week we're going to get more shares for Coney, and then once we do that, as you can see, NVD is still way down. That'll be something else to start working on. This AMD I'm going to sell at some point. Um, I don't really care about it. The reason I haven't sold because, of course, um, I haven't made back the money that I put in. It's not a lot. It's like $3. I think I've gotten close to $3 already in returns for this sucker. Um, so I mean, I can still sell it and be okay, right? Because I already made the money in dividend. Guys, I mean, it's different things. I try to talk about my portfolio every day because I don't know who follow me and actually follow my portfolio and let you guys know why I'm selling things or why I'm keeping things. But like I said, you guys need to do your own research. I know it's hard sometimes, but if you follow a few steps, what is important to you, why you want to keep the positions, and then if you buy, I mean, it's what it is, okay? But as you can see, you see my AIYY, I have 1,300 shares. It's down to $6.76. That's crazy. And then to pay like 30 something cents this past payday. But what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna sell it, right? Even though I said I was gonna sell it, I'm not gonna sell it. I am gonna continue to collect dividends off of this for right now. At some point, if it doesn't recover, right? If it look like they're gonna do a split or whatever, I either sell it before the split or after the split, right? So I can get some of my money back, and that'll be it. But other than that, I'm not adding nothing else to my position across the board in all of my portfolio. Okay, guys, we're just gonna continue to collect dividends and reinvest, collect and reinvest until we get to that magic number that we feel comfortable with, right? I'm trying to get the portfolio to $60,000 a month. And with all of the stuff going on in the economy and the market and all that stuff, it is hampering that growth, right? But what do? You gotta stay fast, stay on the grind, and know that what you're investing in is going to generate the income that you need. And that's it, right? We need to generate more income so we can get to where we need to get to. All right. So in my Fidelity portfolio, and luckily, right, well, I don't know if it's luck or not, but my Fidelity portfolio was down like $4,000 today. It was down with all of this stuff going on. It was down like $4,000 today. But through all of that, right, actually turn around, and we are currently in the positive with the market about to close. Now, because the market closed on me, it can't go back down, right? Now, my growth portfolio, right, that was up like how much? How much was that growth portfolio up, right? It was up like $51,000 yesterday, right? And today is down like almost $5,000. Well, it was down like 3,000 yesterday, and then it's down again overnight, and then this morning 1,800. So we down like over 5,000 in my growth portfolio, but that is in one position, which is Palantir, right? Because Palantir was up, and then it dropped down. What did it drop down to? It dropped down to 106, right? So for the day alone, I lost like $1,600, $1,400 in Palantir, the actual stock, not the ETF, not the yield map ETFs, right? But guys, I still have $23,000 in growth in Palantir, right? And the position that I paid $12 for, $12.77 per share, and I bought 250 shares about 3 or 4 years ago. And of course, that's a buy and hold for now, right? Like I talked about the other day, I'm waiting for them to do a split. Now, the funny thing is the reason why this stuff is dropping, which is so stupid to me. Palantir has 50% of its income generated from public, private entities, other people, and the other 50% is generated from the U.S. government. Okay, so that gives them 100%. Now, there was something about the government cutting down defense spending about 8%. Now, that could be on hardware, uh, equipment, but the stuff that Palantir does is like AI generated information or type thing that people need to process quick, instance reactional type data to make decisions. I doubt that the government is going to cut that when they have people all over the world in harm's way, and then they're going to cut that because they're trying to save a few $1 billion. Now, I figured they might cut that in other areas, but not in intelligence. Okay, because intelligence is a big business. Okay, but I'm not here to talk about government stuff or not. I'm just giving you guys my 2 cents, and I could be way left, right? Just my 2 cents. Now, I say I could be wrong. I'm not always right, but I try to give you guys the information as I see it, as it comes to me, and I give it back to you guys. Okay. So in our dividend investment tracker here, you see now this is just from the Fidelity portfolio. We got an estimated monthly income at $27,000, $27,727, right? From a $332,000 plus uh, annual income. That's a lot of money, guys. That is a lot of money. Now, of course, this is estimated, and the income is up point, what is that, 0.1%. So the income is up 0.1%. That's a smidget. But when you got thousands of dollars and it go up a little percentage, that's a big jump, right? Compared to if you just have a couple of $100. Okay, guys, so let's get to the big boy. All right. So the big boy you see overall, right? We almost at 500K. Now I did buy some stuff. I did buy some more Misty in my Fidelity portfolio. Now I don't know if it's gonna update now. It looks like it's already updated. Let me go over here. Fidelity. Let me just do all of them, right? And you see we are 6,000 estimated income. That is good. Like I think that already updated into the annual income. I didn't buy anything. I put in that order for it by tomorrow, and we'll see what difference that dollar and something is going to do. It's just a dollar, bro. I mean, a dollar plus a dollar plus a dollar plus a dollar. I mean, it adds up, right? Now, I mean, this number here is amazing. But guys, okay. So I did all of that and nothing changed. It's still the same, right? But I know some. I know it's going to update later on. It might do it before the video is over, or it might do it later on this evening or tomorrow. Okay, guys. Now you guys know this is not financial advice. I'm currently in the Dominican Republic. I'm in Puerto Plata, right? I was going to be here to the second. Well, I am going to be here until the second, but I'm going to leave here uh, probably the 27th to go back to San Domingo, and I'm going to spend Friday because I leave here the Thursday night. What Thursday? So I'll spend Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And I leave on Sunday. So let me see. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay. So I go back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I leave on Sunday. So yeah, so that's the plan right now is to head back to San Domingo on Thursday, right? So I'll probably leave here in the morning because I'm gonna take the bus, right? So I'll leave here in the morning. That's gonna take about 3 or 4 hours on the bus. My second time on the bus, going back to San Domingo, and then when I get to San Domingo, I'm gonna get a rental car, right? Because I cannot take my car from here there. There's nobody to bring it back. So when I get to San Domingo, I'm gonna get a rental car there for 3 days that I'm gonna use to be running around, and then the day I'm leaving, which is Sunday, my flight leave I think is at 3 something in the evening. I'm gonna just drop the rental car off, and then the airport is there. The guy will just drop me in at the airport. So guys, I say all of this to say is, right? You don't need a lot of money to live this lifestyle, right? Now, I have kids, right? In college and babies, right? But it does not take a lot, especially if you plan your stuff. Now, if you don't have any kids, of course, you can still plan if you do have some. So you can set it up to where if they ever happen and you do have kids, you can be fine. Or you like, no, I never want to have kids, but then you can change your mind later on. So you're always going to have that fund set aside. It's still your money either way, whether you have them or not. But you always want to have something set aside. Now, this is something I started earlier, but then at some point I changed because, of course, I couldn't financially do that, and I needed the money. But as you build stuff, start small, start small, start small, right? Because when you start big and you put the money there, you're gonna need to go back and get that money because you're going too big for your, like we call the old people back home say you're too big for your bridges. You're growing too faster than your pants, right? But we're almost at 500K, 5 years in the making, right? It's amazing. It is amazing. Guys, y'all know why I do this every day. To motivate people. If I get one person every single day, right, that is to decide to invest. Now, some days we get multiple people that become subscribers to the channel. Some days we get one, some days we get two, some days we don't get nothing, and some days we get 10, 20. It just depends, right? How the algorithm is pushing out the content to people. And I tell you guys all the time, dividend investing is very, very boring. The only fun thing is, right, that I don't have to work if I don't want to. And every Thursday now and Friday, right, I get money pretty much almost every day coming to my account. But if $1, $2, $5, 100, $300, $400, I get money coming to my accounts every single day, right? But for sure on Thursday, Curve pays, and then on Friday, Yield Max pays. And then I have stuff in Ron Hill and, Defiance, not a lot, but those guys pays too, right? Around similar time. I don't really pay attention to that because I don't have a lot of stuff in there. But that pays also. And the great things about it is when you got $50,000, $60,000 invested, I mean, depending on what you're buying, if you're buying extreme high yield, that's going to be generating $3,000 or $4,000 a month. If you got lower yield stuff, depending on what you're investing in, that can be $300 or $400 a month. I mean, it just depends what it is, right? But if you were traveling like I do, right, and when I travel, I don't spend a lot of money, right? Especially the places that I'm going, I usually have properties there or I have a place to stay. So other than transportation, where you stay is very important, right? So having those things is great and make it easier. Now you guys see I'm wearing this necklace. I got this for a Valentine gift, so I'm wearing it. But if I was in Colombia, I won't be wearing this. I probably won't be wearing this colored necklace either. The neck color of the earrings either. I wear my black diamond one, which look regular. People don't know it because they don't, it's not gold, it's not sparkly, so it just look regular. But guys, that feel bad. Let's look at this, okay? So I'm not encouraging you to say, "Oh, I want to live outside the country." That's your business. You do what you want to do. Now, the estimated income dropped a little bit, 32,500. Now we got 2 more weeks, right, to collect money in dividends. We already know what we're gonna get paid this week. I kind of look at it the other day, whatever, right, to see, okay, we're gonna be generating $2,000 to $4,000 for this week. Now that's gonna be like our lowest week so far, right? Because the lowest week we have right now is $7,000. So now I'm saying 3 to 4,000. I'm just throwing out a low number out there. It should be more than that, but I'm just giving that low ball number. But it should be more than that. We should be somewhere in the range of 5,000, I think. But if we can get close to 7, like we did the first week, that would be great, right? Because that would get us closer to that $33,000 mark. But like I said, even if we make $30,000, right? Even if we make $30,000 this month, because the previous month I calculated I missed one week, and we didn't have the full picture. This time around, I'm making sure we calculate everything. I'm not missing no week, and we get the full picture of what we are investing in. Because at the end of the month, right, I want to say, guys, okay, the two estimated this, right? And the thing about this too, right, as the month goes, it continues to adjust itself, right? It continually adjusts itself. I'll be happy when we get above 50. Then I know we're going to be generating probably about $40,000 plus a month, which is good. I'll be happy with that too. But I mean, it is what it is. We can really control that, right? But I mean, for a smaller number, a smaller portfolio. So if you have a small portfolio, right, $500 a month, then the estimated changes, right? But for now, 500 a month. So we can say 500 a month for the actual amount, right? And this other stuff is estimated. I could go up and down. 500 a month for a $10,000 portfolio. In this case, $9,000 something portfolio. I think is great. I mean, I like it. I'm happy with that small number because, believe it or not, right? Let's say in Cartagena, I got my car there. Even in the DR here, I can live. I won't say comfortably, but I won't be hungry on that money because the place to stay, rent is $150. The rest of the money go for food and gas. I don't really move around, pay for internet, all this stuff. Another $500 would be great to be like, okay, well, I don't have to worry about anything. But for here, I say 1,500. For Colombia, I would say 2,500 because I do more traveling because my daughter's there, so I travel a little bit more. So I say 1,500 to 2,000 in Colombia for me because of the lot of traveling that I do around the country. But guys, we got Fidelity, right? So right now, Fidelity is our catch-all, right? At $25, 25,000, 24,000. In the other portfolio, it says 27. In here, it says 25, 24, which is good. Like I said, I'm not complaining about the numbers. I think it's good because we are getting there. if it goes to the end of the month, right? Because we calculate each portfolio every week. Each portfolio will pay every week. So at the end of the month, we can go back and say, okay, Fidelity paid $24,000, right? Um, M1, M1 pays enough to cover my internet, not internet, my house security, which is about $20 a month now. We got $6 left over to go to whatever else we need to pay. It can still pay a bill. Then when we get to the next week, it can pay multiple bills. So I mean that's cool. Now Robinhood, now Robinhood, right? We're here saying 10, 10, 10, 10, and then here's 7, 6. So we are a few $1,000s away from that 10. But this 1 month plus whatever $500 we're getting, $5,000 we're getting from the government for student loan, federal student loan, we have enough to pay my daughter's tuition for the semester, right? And then we still got a few more months for the next semester, and we'll see if we get more student loan. If we don't get more student loan, I would have set aside some money because, I would have set aside some money to cover her tuition for the next semester, right? Which would be another $12,000. But starting from this month, right, after we pay her tuition for this semester, the next months going forward, I will start putting, some money aside, whatever $1,000 or $2,000 into that savings account. So when it's time to pay her tuition, I'm not waiting to get paid from here to pay the tuition. It's going to be in a high yield savings. It's still going to be generating 4%. So it's still going to be making money, right? Not just going to put it in something that's not going to make any money. All right, guys. So overall, like I said, 32,500 is a lot. And of course, as the portfolio continues to grow, my favorite tab, we're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. But look at this. This number is continuing to change. And this number also changes, right? We got $22 million in 10 years estimated. Guys, I know I said this a lot, but if we can double, right? When we double, it's not if, when, because it's going to happen. When we double the income from $30,000 to $60,000 a month, I mean, it's a completely different game. Our tax bracket does not change, right? We're in the highest tax bracket right now. So that's not going to change. But the opportunities that we're going to get, right, as far as of course, opportunities, it can go both ways. We can lose more money when we do lose because we have more money invested, or we can make more money when we do make gains, right, in dividends. It's the same thing. So we got to pay more attention to our portfolio, our income, what we're buying, make some adjustments, make some changes. Now, like I said, I got 100-something positions in Fidelity. At some point, I would need to trim that down a little bit more. To how much right now, I don't know. I wanted to get it under 100. I'm almost there. So I will let that go for a while and see what else I need to change. Now, some of the positions that I wanted to sell, I couldn't sell because they either had a lot of losses. And those are normal positions. Those are not extreme high yield. Those are normal positions that had a lot of losses, and I wasn't willing to take a loss right now. At some point during the year, it might be beneficial to me to sell a loss because I can write off and I'll have to pay less taxes. Okay, guys? That's it all the time. This is not financial advice. If you have questions, talk to your tax person. If you're making any kind of money, you're doing taxes, talk to your tax person, get them some hypotheticals, right? And see what to say if you're trying to do certain things. And see, right? If you ask them certain questions, some of the things that I talk about, you can look it up on the internet. So if you ask them certain things and they can give you more information that you need to understand what you need to do, then you need somebody else because that is above that person's skill set. We all got our levels, right? And then you need to find somebody else that will be able to help you better answer your questions, provide more insight those type of things. Okay, guys, remember to invest in your future. Like and share the content. One thing I didn't talk about earlier today and was, guys, remember to do what? To join our Discord. Okay, join the Discord as we continue to grow. Join the Discord because this is the only thing that is free, right? The membership thing is you gotta pay what, $3 or $4, whatever, to support the channel. Um, it's not mandatory. You do it to support the channel. All the levels are pretty much the same. So it's not like, oh, I get extra. No, all of the levels pretty much the same. It's just your level of support. Now, the Discord is completely free. It don't cost you anything. Some people charge us for Discord. I don't see the need to charge for Discord because we all going there and collaborating to help each other to grow. Now, I keep saying, if you guys want me to add any tabs into the Discord, you got to be more specific, guys. I'm old. I'm older, right? So you got to be more specific and explain to me and tell me what you want so I can make it happen. Because if you just give me some generic type response to certain things, I'm just going to say like and give you a heart because sometimes I don't know what you guys be talking about. Use your words. Don't use abbreviations. Okay, I work in IT. I hate abbreviations. And people use that a lot. Okay, guys, invest in your future. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers. It's coming. I know we're gonna get there before the end of the year. We're probably gonna crush that in no time. So keep investing, keep liking, keep sharing the content. As you guys can see, the videos are being watched. So we got people watching the videos. As I make this video, other people still watching the videos that I made a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So once we make this content, it's out there, right, for people to see, for people to enjoy, and people to get them, to motivate people, right? To motivate people. Like I told you guys, no more negativity on this channel, right? If you want to be negative, you come out here, I'm going to block you. If you want to be positive, you can post all the positive things to encourage others to invest. It don't have to be just about, investing in the market. Preferably, we prefer to be talking about either real estate or the stock market out here. Most preferably the stock market, right? If you want to talk about real estate, you can post some stuff in the Discord. Let me know. I will create a tab in the Discord for real estate, and we can post and we can talk about that in that tab. But everything else in the Discord, like I said, is primarily for stocks. Okay, guys? ETFs, investing in your future. So until then, we're going to do it again tomorrow. I love you guys. Still blessed. Peace out.